Good morning, Dr. Eric Madera, sir. For our learning outcome number 1, so we have here at the end of the lesson, the graduate students are expected to define basic assessment concept. Number 2, describe the nature of test. Number 3, explain the purpose of testing. And number 4, explain the characteristics of good test and justify the basic principle of evaluation. For the number 1, define basic assessment concept. Assessment concept refers to the systematic process used to measure learning, skills, or performance. These include formative and summative assessment, validity, reliability, and fairness understanding. This concept helps educators design tools that accurately gauge students' progress and inform instructions, decisions aligned with the learning objective and standard. No? So, as what being practiced in our school, we have in making the assessment or the summative assessment, we have to hit the LO, the learning outcomes. After making the assessment, no, it should be validated and reviewed. No? So, reviewed first by the qualified personnel and then validated. No? Once it is validated, it is approved by the dean to make it sure that our test measurement or our tool for testing is aligned with our LO and our curriculum. So that is for number 1. For number 2, describe the nature of tests. No? Tests are structured instruments used to evaluate knowledge, skills, or abilities. They can be standardized or teachers-made, objective or subjective, and vary in format. So the nature of tests reflect their purpose. So diagnostic, formative, or summative, and influence how results are interpreted for instructional improvement or certification. Okay? So, as a practice, the teachers will do summative test. So in terms either multiple choice or in our assessment, we have simulators. No? So on simulators, the students or cadets will do assessment. Then based on the result of the simulator, that will be their grade for example, for their laboratory. But in relation to summative test, we have the AEO, the Academic Assessment Office. They will have the PICOS machine, that will test, that will answer or scan the answer, whatever the scores of the students. Now, number 3, we're going to explain the purpose of testing. So testing serves multiple purposes. Diagnosing learning gaps, monitoring progress, certifying competence, and guiding instructions. It provides evidence of achievement and supports accountability in education. Effective testing aligns with the learning goals, ensures fairness, and informs stakeholders about student performance, curriculum, effective, and institutional quality. So the purpose of testing, the main objective is to check if the students understand the lesson being taught by their teachers. For number 4, explain the characteristics of a good test. So a good test is valid, reliable, objective, and practical. Validity ensures it measures what it intends. Reliability guarantees consistent result. Objective removes bias, and practicality considers time and resources. So these characteristics ensures that the test yields meaningful data for evaluating learning outcomes and guiding education describes. So the characteristics of a good test, you're going to make sure that your test, or your test questions are aligned with your learning outcomes. At the same time, you're going to check if your questions fall in higher order thinking skills or the HATS, or in the LATS or the lower order thinking skills, in which you can really gauge the learnings of the students. Now, to justify the basic principles of evaluation, or the number 5, we're going to justify the basic principles of evaluation. So evaluation principles, validity, reliability, fairness, and utility ensures that the assessment practices are ethical and effective. Justifying these principles involve demonstrating how they uphold academic integrity, support learners' development, and align with the institutional goals. They guide educators in making informed, equitable judgment about the student performance and program quality. So for the number 5, we have the so-called item analysis now. So we are going to analyze the items if it should be revised, accepted, or it should be retained during the next set of examination. That is all for our learning outcome number 1. Thank you.